Well, this is the segment of where we visit with Kristen Caulder from IUP Lively Arts, but guess what? She's not here today. Instead, this morning, we welcome into the studio Dr. Stephanie Caulder, IUP Lively Arts, in the music department, and say good morning. It's our first time with you.
Yes, good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
It's good to have you. All right, so Kristen, she always comes in with this big, long list of shows that are coming up, Broadway and other things.
I won't spoil Kristen's fun this morning because she'll get to come and do the Big Ovation series announcement pretty soon.
But yeah, no pressure on you, but you have to live up to that a little bit.
That's right. And I have no idea exactly what's going on. It's top secret at this point. So.
Yeah, with the Lively Arts schedule.
Right.
Yeah, that's still coming together, and we can be patient with that because we know good things are coming. Good things coming from your music department too.
Yes,
though.
We're so proud of our students and our faculty in the Department of Music. And within the Lively Arts series, we have our own select series of events. We probably put on about 200 events a year. So we've chosen sort of 6 that we really want to highlight, and we call them sound choices. So I'm here just to talk a little bit about a couple of those bigger events for next year that you wouldn't want to miss.
So they are set already.
Yes, more or less. Some of the repertoire is sort of still coming together, but the dates and the bigger picture is pretty well in hand at this point.
Yeah, okay. So what are some of the things that we can look forward to?
Well, we have several events in October. On the 12th of October, our voice faculty typically kick things off. They have done this for the last few years. And although the repertoire is not set for this, I love the title of the concert. It's called Myths. So it's going to be a series of song cycles sung by each of the different faculty members in the department. Then on the 25th of October, something that I'm actually performing in, I'm an oboist, and something that's near and dear to my heart in terms of repertoire, the Keystone Chamber Winds, which will be a group of faculty, some of the wind and percussion faculty from the department, and some select students. We'll get to play repertoire by Mozart and Beethoven, some of the really terrific small chamber repertoire. That is not played as often as it should be. Then one of the things I'm really excited about, and Todd, you probably know this musical, IUP Music Theater, Opera Music Theater, is doing a semi-staged version of Sweeney Todd.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, October 26th and 27th. Definitely.
You only half-bake the pie?
Yes,
what you mean?
right.
It's a semi-version?
Right. A semi-staged version. That basically means we're not going to have all the elaborate sets. I imagine there will be a nice razor blade that Sweeney will get to use, and they'll have some props and some costumes. But the orchestra is typically on stage in a semi-staged production. So Jay Clinton is one of our terrific bass baritone students in the department. He's going to be singing the role of Sweeney Todd. And for everybody out there, this is definitely going to be a PG-13 kind of production because you know the story of Sweeney Todd, obviously. So,
and it's been done down through the years by so many, and in so many different formats. So this sounds like a really exciting one.
Yeah, so we're really excited about that. So that'll be a big sell, October 26 and 27 in Fisher at 7:30. So 2 nights only. So you won't get many chances to see it. Then we wrap up in the fall with November 2nd at 7 p.m., which is our IUP Jazz Band and Jazz Ensemble concert. And this is a great event because it features an alumni band. The same day they give a concert. So a lot of our great jazz alumni that have come through the department will be back to play on that. And Josh Hillard, who lives over in Altoona, really terrific trumpet player, is going to be the featured soloist. He plays with Jazz in Your Face down in Johnstown. So he's one of our terrific trumpet alumni, so he'll be back for that event.
With music performance at IUP, and we had Jeff Wacker in here talking about the community music school and how all the students get involved in, and what a great benefit it is to them and to the students that they get to teach on instrument or voice. You must be pretty proud of that department.
Very proud. Yeah. We have almost 200 music majors in our department, and the ensembles and the student recitals are just terrific year in and year out.
Has it always been that large of a department?
It's actually been larger at times.
Has it really?
Yes. When I first got here, I started teaching at IUP in 2002. We had close to 300 majors. I think part of the decline is relevant to Western Pennsylvania and the population here, but also there's been a time where music education was not real heralded career to go into, but you're seeing that trend reverse itself.
Yeah, and probably, and this is a serious part of the discussion I didn't foresee coming, but with school districts themselves having to cut back on music programs within the public schools, that reduces the pool of students available to schools like IUP.
Sure, we do draw primarily from Western Pennsylvania, but we have students from the eastern part of the state and certainly from the surrounding states as well, and they're all terrific. But yes, we have to spend a lot of time advocating for our art form and for the importance of music education in the school programs. It really shouldn't be the first thing that gets cut, but unfortunately sometimes that's the way it is.
When you have this number of students, obviously they each have great time for personal instruction, but talk a little bit about the difference between sliding them from an educational platform onto a performance platform where they're getting out on stage. I know that's educational as well for them, and it gives them valuable experience, but talk about what that does for a student to be able to take their talents onto a stage.
I really feel strongly that in order to be a good teacher, you have to be able to do what you do well. You have to be able to sing or to play at a high level. So there's certainly a very strong component of performance in the music education program at IUP. I don't, other than giving them a little longer lesson, the performance majors, I don't really hold them to a higher standard than I do my music education majors. In fact, I've had stronger music education majors over the years than sometimes we've even had in performance. So I think most of the faculty would agree with me that in order to be an effective teacher, you've got to be able to hone your craft well as a performer.
Which makes that first concert that you talked about, the faculty concert, it gives it a little extra spice, doesn't
Sure,
it?
yeah. It's very important for us to perform for our students. And one of the things that we do really well at IUP, so like the Keystone Chamber Winds, I'm going to pick a couple of my oboe students and they're going to get to play with me and with the other faculty, which is a really terrific modeling experience for them. But they just get to play great literature too, or sing great literature.
Your colleagues within the music department, do you get a chance, of course, to play with them?
All the time.
A lot. And as you assimilate, when a new faculty member comes on, and you get a chance to hear their chops a little bit.
It's very exciting. We've had a lot of turnover and a lot of retirements in the music faculty in the last 10 years in particular. And it's been really exciting to have new colleagues. We certainly miss the ones that have retired and have blissfully gone off to play golf, or actually most of them are still involved very heavily in music.
Stanley's farming, though,
absolutely,
so I don't know
but
that you have time.
He plays all the time. He's played. He has a new quartet that he's participating in. Oh yeah, so they very rarely just lapse out of the music part of their career, even when they retire. But yeah, it is very exciting when a new faculty member comes in, and we only hire the best. Oh yeah. So we get a great pool of folks that apply to come to teach at IUP.
Think about when that has occurred in the last couple of years, and you've had a chance to hear somebody's talent. Has that sort of brought forth ideas within you or within some of your other faculty members to say, wow, I bet they'd be good in this format, playing this type with this type of ensemble?
Absolutely. It allows us to do different types of literature that maybe we hadn't gotten to do before. It's also very inspirational for faculty like me who've been around. I'm a very active performer, but when we get these new sort of hotshot young faculty, it really does provide some inspiration and creativity.
You got to be on top of your game, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I would assume the same sort of spirit comes when you have new students come in and you get to see what they bring to the table.
Sure. As the department chair, I sort of, I get to welcome them. I meet them all at orientation. I meet them at their audition day. So it's a very cool thing to get to see them come in, and then 4 years later to watch the transformation that has taken place with the group of students that graduates. And we have wonderful alumni that are out teaching in the public schools and off on the world stages and performing in professional groups and teaching at college levels themselves.
And I know that IUP's music department does get involved in public schools too around here.
Absolutely. Yeah. We've been out. I was probably out 5 or 6 times just this past semester, giving oboe lessons to students at schools. And one just texted me last night at about 9:30. Give a shout out to Chloe at Indiana High.
Hey, Chloe. Well, the thing is, to play oboe, you need a good, strong set of lungs.
Yes, and a good reed. That's right. That's right.
And so that being the case, maybe Chloe's lungs are starting to develop a little bit. So
I hear she's a monster. I can't wait to hear her play.
Oh, well, that's terrific.
It's very exciting.
That's terrific. I bet you it is. So the IUP Lively Arts season is just about ready to be put onto paper, and folks will be getting the notifications of when the season is complete and the booklet gets out and everything.
And all the Sound Choices events I've just talked about will be included in that.
Yeah.
And there's a couple more, so please don't miss them.
Terrific stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming in.
for having me. I appreciate it, Todd.
Glad you're able to come in and spend some time with us, talk a little IUP music. There's the summertime, of course. You guys don't just rest in the summertime.
We do not.
You've got things going on.
We do. We've had a big conference just on campus last weekend, and there's several things happening this summer for sure. And people are all over the world playing at conferences.
Oh, yeah.
Students in Corral actually just left yesterday morning for 55 of our choral students with Ryan Beacon. They just left for a tour of Prague and Vienna.
Really?
We're invited to perform in some of the best venues over there. So we're really excited. So if you can follow us on our department page, you'll see some of those updates.
Well, no pressure on them either, huh?
All right. Right. They'll do great.
They're going to bring back such a world of experiences that you probably see when they come back from a semester off. You see just a tremendous change.
Yeah, it's important for students to get abroad.
And you get confidence.
You get absolutely.
Confidence as a musician.
Absolutely.
That's a noticeable thing in them, isn't it?
Indeed.
Very good. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Todd. Appreciate it.
Stephanie Caulder from IUP Lively Arts, the music department. We're glad she's able to come in and talk a little bit about it with us. It is Indiana in the Morning, presented as always by First Commonwealth Bank here in the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. There is a 60% chance of showers until early this afternoon, and that'll then ease to a slight chance of showers afterwards, a high temperature near 80 degrees. And then mostly cloudy tonight, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, the low temperature getting down to 64 degrees. Tomorrow, 70% chance of rain, high temperature 70.